I'm going to share with you the 5-point rapid fire marketing audit that I use with my clients to help them figure out what's going on with the marketing and to figure out what opportunities they have in the marketing to improve things really quickly so that they can start getting better results. The audit works like a pyramid. So we're going to work up, there's 4 sequential steps. We start at the base and we build up, and step 5 actually sits on top of this pyramid. Step 5 is arguably the most important part of all of this. It's about having a clear goal. So a commercial objective, something you're trying to achieve with your marketing that is so clearly defined that when we're working through these steps, looking at how well the marketing's working, we've got some context as to what we're looking at. So there's no point auditing your marketing if you don't know what you're trying to achieve from the marketing in the first place. So that's where you want to start out. If you haven't got a clear goal and some clearly defined outcomes that you're wanting to achieve with the marketing, make that your first part of call. And then once you've got that goal, you can start working through the rest of this audit, thinking about how well the marketing is actually performing against getting you towards that objective. Once you've got your goal locked in, we're going to start right at the bottom of the pyramid. So step 1 is all about value creation. This is basically about the offer that you're taking out to the market and the value that you're offering your customers. And the question we want to ask ourselves here is the value offer compelling enough for people to want to engage with you as a business and to actually buy your products and services? So does the value proposition solve a distinct problem that your audience has? Does it align with your lead generation and the commercial goal that we've just spoken about? And does it support or does it actually hinder the rest of the steps in here? Sometimes the offer that you're taking out to the market and the way you're presenting your products and services makes marketing those things a lot harder for yourself. And there's things you can change in the product and the service itself, which can unlock more opportunities and more potential with the marketing. And you'll see that as we work through the rest of this framework. So we've got our goal locked in. We've looked at our offer, the value that we're creating for the clients. Once we're comfortable with those, we're then going to go on and look at message match. Message match is looking at whether or not the message, the marketing message that we're taking out to our customers, is consistent throughout all of the touch points a customer has with us on their buying journey. So does the message that we communicate fully reflect the value that we're offering from step 1, the value creation piece? Are we actually fully communicating the benefits that our customers are going to experience from the product or service in the messaging? Then do we use that consistently throughout all of the marketing? Quite often you'll see with products and services that you buy online, you'll see an ad for something maybe on Google, and then you'll go through to the website and you'll get a certain feel for the business and for what you're buying. But then as you go further down that buying journey and you actually transact with the customer, you speak with the business or you receive the product, there's kind of a breakdown and a mismatch between kind of where your expectations were and what got delivered. Message match is about making that really consistent so that the value you're presenting to the customers at the front end, the very first time they see one of your ads or they encounter your business somewhere, is tracked through that whole customer journey and that buying journey. So they have a consistent experience all the way through. And at every stage, you're kind of meeting or exceeding whatever their expectations are around you and your business. You can then move on to step 3. So with a clear goal, an understanding of the offer that you're taking out to the market, and sort of feeling comfortable about the marketing message, you can then start diving in and looking at the execution. And the execution is basically the tactics. So it's the individual marketing activities that you're carrying out. And this is where you're getting into a bit more of the nitty gritty about how well are you actually doing things at each stage of your marketing. So if you're running a Facebook ads campaign, it's about actually deep diving into that one component of the marketing and understanding how well that's working for you and how well it's moving the customer through the customer buying journey. Quite often you'll see, or at least I'll see, clients with a website where they're paying a lot of money on driving traffic to the site, they're not getting conversions through, and it's easy to jump to conclusions about what's going on there. So you might think you simply need to ramp up the traffic coming into the website, and that's going to give you the conversions you're missing out on at the moment, or you think you're missing out on, when in reality, there might be something else breaking down along that journey. So it might actually be that the website itself just isn't doing a particularly good job of converting customers maybe when they're on a mobile phone, and there's some user experience issues there. And no amount of traffic is actually going to solve that problem. So you need to look at how well you're executing marketing at all of those stages and touch points where your customers are going to come across you as they're moving towards transacting with you. And then the final step is iteration. So Once you've got a commercial goal that you know you're moving towards, you've got an offer that you can take to the market, it's been communicated well throughout that whole journey, and all of the components of your marketing are being executed well, what you then need to be able to do is iterate on those. We're basically talking about optimizing all of those touch points. The sad fact is, in marketing, nothing ever just stays the same. Things are always changing. That's different buying habits, it's different economic forces, it might be competitor activity. There's hundreds and thousands of things that could go on that are going to influence how people are buying your products and services, and you're going to have to respond to those. So the reality is, it's getting your marketing working isn't kind of an end destination. It really is an ongoing process, and it's an evolution, and it has to change over time if it's going to keep working for you and your business. So you've got to get really good at iterating and changing the marketing to adapt to these things. So start asking yourselves questions around how well you're tracking the performance of all of these steps. When you're doing this sort of audit, how often are you doing these kind of activities in the business to make sure that all of the parts of the marketing are still relevant, they're still working well for you, they're still moving you towards a clear goal? And how well can you respond to that? So do you have some sort of process or system in place where on a weekly, quarterly, sort of a monthly, even if it's just annually, on what basis are you reviewing all of this, making adjustments to the marketing, and kind of adapting to the changes that are going to be taking place in your industry and in your marketplace? When you do all of these things and you get them all working together and you have that system in place, you've got a really good, solid system for making your marketing work. In the first instance, what you want to do is use this tool as an audit, so you can start looking at where you can start fixing your marketing in the first instance to start getting things working better together as a whole. Okay, I hope you find that useful. Let me know what you think to that, and good luck getting your marketing fixed.